What's up, guys? Welcome back to Marvel Live. I want to just go ahead and jump straight off and say thank you to everybody who has been so patient and waiting for us to make our return. I know it's been 4, 5 weeks now since our last show. We ran the After Evo program that we after the big tournament, big Evo, we wanted to get out there and get all of that coverage out to you guys. But since then, we've had a little bit of up and down with our cast members. Some new real life stuff coming up in some real life ways for some of the members. So we do have a little bit of adjusting cast, and we're gonna fill you in on that here shortly. But I just want to say thank you, everybody. Welcome back to Marvel Live, and of course, we do have a lot to talk about. It's been in our hiatus. It's not like nothing's been going on. There's been plenty of tournaments, plenty of events, upsets. We've got one of the big upset kings with us on the show tonight. Glad to have him here. But I'm going to start with a little bit of news about our team. Like I was saying, man, Sam Persia, as you may have heard, is taking a part-time role now in the FGC, and that does include her participation in Marvel Live. She's not gone, but she will not be immediately available. She's got some new schedule issues to work out with her new job, so definitely congratulations to her. She got a big come up for her, but it is an adjusting role for her. So you won't see her as often as you have in the past, but she's going to work it out. She's going to figure out a way to come back to you guys and continue her involvement in the show, but also in the streams and in the tournaments as well. So you can look forward to that. In her stead, we have picked up a new cast member. He's going to be full time with us now, and is someone that you might be familiar with by now. He's done a lot of great community work in the scene lately, so great to have him on the show. Great to have him on the program. Actually, stream monster and mod in this channel, Raidbot Jonas. Welcome to the show, man. Thank you for joining the cast. Yeah, that's my boy. Of course, you did the spectator's guide for Marvel, correct? You wrote and made all that for us. So thank you very much. Anything? There you are. Anything you want to say to the community now that you're part of the show?
Thank you for inviting me. I was super nervous at first, but I'm happy to be here. I hope I don't screw it up.
No,
Thank you for
man.
having me.
No, absolutely. Like we are ecstatic to have you on the team. Ray, Jonas, you bring a great enthusiasm to anything that you're a part of, and we love the spectator guide, and it was super helpful for new fans of the game and everything. So great to have you on. I also want to greet our one of our returning cast members, SBK. Good to see you, man.
What up? What up?
New mic, right?
Yeah, we're stepping up the production here. We
Oh my
look
gosh.
forward to some changes. Not necessarily some changes, but we're gonna try and clean things up. We've gotten a lot of viewer feedback on Reddit, and we really took it to heart. And we appreciate everybody who responded with their candid responses. And we're gonna make it better. Like we kind of had some moments today, kind of like testing our faith and testing our whole like devotions. Like, man, what are we looking for? But I think after that, every time that happens, we usually come out of it a lot stronger. So all I gotta say is that once again, welcome Jonas, and look forward to some good things coming from us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, for some reason, it says the mics are super low. I'm not sure. Everything sounds fine to me, but I'll try and work on that in the meantime. But
How about now, guys?
how about that,
Is it
guys?
on?
Can you hear the man now? Is he coming in any better? I don't know. Maybe
Okay, so
it's just
apparently we're
me.
too loud.
I'll turn myself down. But in the meantime, what else is new, man? What else is
Oh
new?
Jesus.
We're improving the show
Improvement,
by
like
cutting
some
off SBK's mic. Well, I
man
mean,
improvement.
cut cut down on the Sam, cut down on the SBK. But
Alright.
it's good.
Oh
It's good
man.
to have you guys back on the show. We will also be having Kyle Merkel. He'll be coming in, but unfortunately he had to help a friend move. I think he was saying so. He's going to be back on the show here in probably the next 5 or so minutes. He'll be joining in, and that will complete our regular cast for the evening. We also have, of course, Marcus still on the team, but just moved into a new home and currently no internet. So he will be back as soon
Oh.
as he is available. Potato salad, of course. And now I would like to introduce our special guest, who I guess will have to speak nice and clear and loud for everybody. IHeartJustice, Javier, man. Good to see you, dude. Welcome to the program. Anything you want to say right off the bat to everybody?
Geez, man. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm also very soft spoken, so that's how much I care about this community. Enunciate every one of my words, or at least I'm going to try. But I'm just I'm honored. I'm blessed. It's been such a ride. Just being able to go out to tournaments and play, and people walking up and saying, "Hey, I recognize that play," and you know what I mean, man. It feels fantastic.
No, man. I feel you. I've been there before, especially as the low tier hero guy who comes up with a big upset out of nowhere. I know how you feel.
Hey.
It's been a while for me, and what's so impressive is that you're doing it now in 2016. And for anybody who doesn't know who you are, I Heart Justice, Javier, what you've been doing, famous Captain America. Well, is it Phoenix Wright Point traditionally, or Captain America Point?
Yes, it's traditionally Phoenix Wright Point.
Okay, that's
Absolutely.
what I thought. Phoenix Wright, Captain America, and Doctor Strange as your go-to assist. So incredibly unique team. I would like, if it's okay, and of course you're big in the news right now with your big upset win over a Filipino champ at Absolute Battle. So congratulations for that. But I want to go back even a little bit further than that, if that's
Sure.
okay, because you've been around for a
No,
little while.
please.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about your entrance into competitive fighting games. Was Ultimate Marvel your first competitive fighting game, or did you start with something else? Where did you come from?
Well, competitively, Marvel would have to be the first game that I took seriously. But my first dive into taking fighting games seriously at all was actually Dead or Alive, Ultimate on the Xbox back in the day. Um, I was just I was just really mesmerized. I was like, wow, this game looks amazing. It's got to be fun too, right? And I started playing. There's stage transitions. There's unique characters. It's 3D. I'm like, wow, this is blowing my mind right now. And so I learned a lot of different I'd say
Is it
I
Dead or
guess I
Alive
guess
3? Is that what it
qualities from
was on
playing.
Xbox?
It was a two ultimate actually. It was like the redo the remake
Oh,
was
okay,
it was right
okay.
now and play that
The
game
HD
for like
remix.
a good, oh gosh, I just melts my heart like how good it is. But I adored that game, but there wasn't really a scene, and so I never really got to take it that serious. But once I started realizing I could probably be decent at fighting games if I tried, I took my hand into Marvel, and I just fell in love with it. Even though it's got such a hard learning curve, it feels like um, it's very difficult to go back and say I knew I was going to be somewhat decent like months, years later. It's so hard to gauge that. But
Have you been
just
playing
like
since
anything,
vanilla? Is that the case?
I did dive a little bit into vanilla, but I just didn't like gravitate towards any particular character. I looked up the meta and I was like, let me try Wolverine for a bit, and it just it didn't like stick as hard, you know. You want to pick something that just resonates with you, so I feel that you try harder when you pick something that's actually more up your alley, or at least hits closer to home character wise. So
I feel you. So that's your approach, I guess, because you do play a traditionally very low tier team compared to what most people are playing in 2016. I kind of feel you the same way. Like I said, a lot of people made fun of me saying I was like a whack job for trying to play Arthur, a character with no dash. I get it, man, totally. I had way more fun, playing a character that
yeah.
I kind of understood and related to. So I totally get that. But I do want to know a little bit about the theory of the team. Is it what did you stick to this team first when you came to Ultimate? Because it kind of seems like a team that you picked, just like when the game came out, and now you're just making it work. But there's some crazy synergy that's really involved with these guys. So was it a like how did you get to where your final form of your team now is? Can you explain a little bit about the theory of the team? A lot of people look at it and say, oh, it's a gimmick. It's just people
Right.
don't really understand what's going on. What is your
Mhm.
team? What's the goal? What brought you to your order that you have now?
Right. Okay. So I'll take you back a little bit, maybe 2 years ago, roughly. I had just picked up the Ace Attorney games, and I'm sure Jonas can understand. Like those games they just take you to some place you're not used to. You're just so happy. You're just so happy. You're like you're a lawyer. You're solving cases. You're a derp. You don't even. He's kind of a fraud. He's kind of a fraud sometimes. I love him, but Phoenix Wright's kind of a fraud. But hey, man, he gets the job done, and it's so entertaining to watch and be a part of. I was like, I need to play this character. He got announced. I was like, I need to play this character.
So before the game dropped, you were hype on Phoenix Wright.
I was all over that.
I respect the hell out of that. Okay, go ahead.
Give me a piece. And then I tried for a little bit, and I won't even lie. I was like, this is too hard. I can't even fighting game right now. So let me just pick up some brain dead teams. So I picked up some brain dead team. I think it was like Wolverine and like Baby Mode Taskmaster. I don't even know. They're good characters. No insults here. It's just a matter of I needed to learn the game. So I did that for a little bit. And then I was like, all right, okay, I think I'm decent enough. I get how to put in autos and motions like that. So let me try my hand once more. And it was a process. I had Phoenix Wright, Sentinel Strange. I had Phoenix Wright, Tasks, missiles. It was a huge variety of variations that I wasn't ready for. But finally, I told my friend. His name is Gary, or Isaac. Isaac's is his tag. Awesome guy, amazing guy, funniest guy you'll ever meet. I kid you not, no exaggeration. But he's a lab monster. I'm sure we all have our friends that they just
gotta
sit
have
in
a
the lab.
pocket lab monster, man.
This man sit there and grind for hours on some tech that I'd never thought I'd need. And I'm like, you know what? Thank you. I don't have tip money, but here you go. You're the homie. Appreciate you. And so he was like, Javi, I see where you're struggling. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, man, you keep getting command grabbed. There's people just teleporting on you. You're just a normal ass man. What are you gonna do? And I said, I don't know, man. What do you got from? He's like, I'll tell you what. Just play I. Just play Doctor Strange I. Hear me out. I was like, all right, I got you. So he took the eye down, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna command grab you. Oh wait, no, I can't. Oh crap. Okay, wait a minute. No, I got teleports. No, I can't do that either. Goddamn. And so I was like, there's some real synergy here, man. This is awesome. And then after that, I was like, I really like this team, but I like the justice behind it, but I don't know what else to pick. I do. I was like, this lawyer's putting in work. He's getting stuff done. And then I was like, but how do I make it justice? And then it just kind of clicked on me as if I looked to the sky and there was like an image of Cap just saluting me, and I was like, why could I not see that earlier?
So you thought
Cap.
there's only one way to round this out. I've already got an ugly low tier character, but I'm playing for something bigger than tiers. I'm playing for justice.
Yes.
So you picked up the salute and said, Captain America. That's it. I'm doing it. I have Agamotto.
Verbatim.
Okay.
You just quoted me. It was such a fulfilling feeling. But hey, man, I stuck to it. I was
and
like,
here you are.
I got good color synergy.
You most recently beat Filipino champ, and that's a pretty significant win. I don't care what year it is or who you're playing. That's a pretty big deal. And we got someone in the call, SBK Tasif, who has famously said Captain America was a useless character. Throw him out. No good. What are you doing bothering your time with Captain America? So I'm curious, Tasif, how do you feel about old Phoenix Wright, Captain America, I have Agamotto nonsense? Hey, did you have any impression of it? Do you think if you played against it, you're like, oh yeah, no, I got it. I don't understand what to do free, or what are you giving Captain America its props now? Like, where are you with his kind of team, Tasif? There's no sound.
Oh, that's a wrap.
Oh my god. Well, I think. Did he just beat me in? Did he really just like? I don't know. Well, I don't know what the sound was, but.
Okay.
All right, what's happening? Am I dying?
Literally, get out. Literally just like Scotty beaming him in right now. I don't know what that sound is, but maybe we found the sound of our buzz. But okay, so you're still a robot, yeah, 100%.
You're a robot.
100% a robot. Do what you gotta do, man. But Merkel's here. I saw him pop in at the last second, slide in while we were in there with the robot. Welcome to the cast, Merkel. I was just asking Tasif before he died how he felt about Captain America, as he famously said that he's a useless throwaway character. Whose buzz is that? Is that a telephone? That is a terrifying noise. But anyways, So yeah, now that SBK is gone, Kyle, if you don't mind picking up the ball and running with it a little bit, I'm just looking for opinions on Javier's team, on Phoenix Wright, Captain America, Doctor Strange, because it's ugly. I'm not gonna quit saying it. It is ugly. I'm gonna call it like it is, my friend. And we got a lot of ugly character specialists in this chat. So I want to know, Merkel, do you have any thoughts on this man's team, and is it fraudulent? Do you respect it? How do you feel about it?
Okay, so first let me double check. I like my audio is okay, right? There's
You
not any
sound
issue.
great. You did a great job, bud.
Yeah, I'm the best.
You're the best.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think the team's a little gross, but I think the cool thing with Marvel is that things don't got to be pretty to win, and so I definitely feel that that's
But
kind of the magic of the team.
But
There's a
how
lot
does
of-
it win? Do you know? Do you have an expectation of, like, if you played against him, what would your approach be? How do you avoid losing to that team?
I mean, I think a lot of that's going to come down to like knowing how to respect the Captain America assist calls. You'll see the same thing. Who's the MODOK Cap player?
Fruitsy.
Fruitsy. Yeah, you'll see the same thing. Like people just constantly running into that cap call. And if you don't know how to deal with Maya Shield properly, you don't know how to pressure Phoenix Wright. Like there's so many things that can go wrong and just get you in so much trouble. And then it's kind of like a weird composition as far as the team goes, because you want to get all your evidence, and then a lot of times like we see you tag them out and then go for the TAC or the super, and so it's kind of this as far as win conditions go, it's such a weird team. But if you know how to handle it, I mean, like I think you really showed that it's a threat, and you definitely can't sleep on anything, especially not turnabout Phoenix Wright. Like he's gross, and if it was easier to get him in the game, like I think that we'd see a lot more people playing.
Okay, I want to piggyback off that if that's cool. Turnabout Phoenix Wright, because we do have another Phoenix Wright player in the call, and this is probably the first and only time we're ever going to have two Phoenix Wright players in the call on the show at the same time. I'm going to do a quick volume check. Raid, can I hear you?
Hi.
Okay,
Can you
great.
hear me?
Okay, Raid. So I want to know, Turnabout. This is kind of how I've always seen Phoenix Wright. It's like I don't take him seriously until it's too late. Like, I'm not afraid of him. You know, I don't really, like, I think, okay, this guy's not a win condition. I'm not sweating it. Suddenly, Turnabout comes on in some weird situation that I don't understand. What is your gameplay with Phoenix Wright? What do you think makes him an effective character? How do you see Javier use it? Do you think that maybe he's a little bit slept on, or do you think it's just people tripping on garbage?
No. I mean, Phoenix Wright is the kind of character. He's like an avalanche, like a big snowball. He starts out really slow, but when he gets what he wants, it's just a complete blow up, right? I actually think Javi is pretty much the person that did the way they designed him. You know, he has good defense, right? He knows how to switch between turnabout, between investigation and trial more effectively, right? And he can see those patterns where people want to go in, and he has cap shield to just push people away and start the whole chasing game all over again. You can't. Phoenix Wright is a runaway character until he gets turnabout mode.
A Phoenix Wright is a runaway character until he gets turnabout mode. That's really interesting. Because, you know, he doesn't necessarily have anything that's like, it's not Morrigan. There's not Soul Fist. They're just chewing up the screen and chewing up your life bar and, like, pressuring you and saying, oh, you have to deal with me or, you know, you're going to die. He just really exists. That's all he does. It seems like he just hides behind the shield and says, what are you going to, you have to stop me or I'm going to pull stuff out of the ground like a maniac. And then I guess people just, like, fall over themselves, like, trying to get in and find the appropriate way to deal with it, and then by the time that they've either failed and turnabout mode, you know, the plan is in motion, or what's Javier, what is the weakness that you tend to run into? What gives you the most trouble with your team? You've had a lot of success lately, but I can imagine as a low tier specialist you've run into plenty of problems. What's your big issue with the team that you see that is the main focus issue?
Specifically with my team, it's a little bit of both. What I mean by that is I can struggle. I only struggle when there's really big extremes. When it's someone who's 100% rushdown, it can be a little difficult to find gaps to push them away. Whereas, and if it's too heavy of a zone team, I mean, like you said, Phoenix Wright just kind of exists. I'm not really going to be able to pressure a Morgan full screen or a Dormammu full screen. I'm just kind of hoping for the best, picking up litter. And,
Picking up litter.
Yeah, and really just fishing for RNGs to help me out. It's really just extremes. Like teams, I feel like if your team doesn't excel really well at one way or the other, there's enough room for me to find gaps in your gameplay to at least set up something, whether it's a shield or an eye or a read on a cap call to push you full screen.
Right.
And then it's just a matter of biding my time, that's like every 20 seconds of Marvel I play. I have to bide my time.
You do a lot of patient play. I think more than anything, I kind of respect that I've seen you in a lot of corner situations where no buttons are being pressed, or you're very patient, waiting for your turn to get your kind of defense set back up, and that really pays off a long way. And it's kind of cool to see that pay off in Marvel 3, and also pay off with such limited, traditionally limited characters in a very, very strange team order. So that is very impressive. I do like that a whole lot. But you did mention Wolverine. Tasif, Volume?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, welcome back, man. Well, I wanted to ask if you, as a Wolverine player, because I think Phoenix Wright, Captain America, and I think probably two of the easiest matches Wolverine could ask for.
Yeah, but you are neglecting a very serious component of his team, and that's the eye assist.
Do you think it's real? Do you think it's real?
No, because you have to think about the matchup. Like, okay, we talked about this earlier about how Wolverine ideally plays the matchup against Cap, and usually whenever Captain America jumps, which he jumps like all the time.
Yeah, constantly.
Just don't want to stay on the ground, right? You jump up in the ground, or you jump up from the air, and you're either gonna double jump, do down heavy, or you're gonna do shield slash. And
right.
Wolverine, if you're gonna do shield slash, you can just react twice, get in that dead zone, anti-air him for free punish. You can anti-air down heavy kick with his crouch medium punch.
Right.
Like, you're basically setting yourself up to die every time because the space underneath you is vulnerable for Wolverine's fast movement to get in. Now, enter Eye of Agamotto assist. What happens? That covers that exact space that Wolverine wants to get at. So so instead of me actually forcing a really huge advantage, you're putting me in block stun and then pushing me out. And then you get 2 bars, say, like, because normally when you have Captain America, it's usually because you got the evidence with Phoenix, you raw tag out Captain America, and specifically you're looking for that ridiculous, which is, I think, one of the biggest parts of your team, the DHC from charging star into that unblockable.
Yeah, into the unblockable.
That's so cheap. It's so cheap. Like, you have to force a crossover counter. Otherwise, like, they're just gonna get wrecked. Like, you hit Champ with that a bunch to get, like, that's a big part of your game. Where, like, Captain America has very little to no mix-up when he gets close. But who needs a mix-up when you have this high priority, like, really fast move that goes through projectiles, and when you block it, you lead to an unblockable. That's super strong. So, I mean, if we're going back to your question about, like, how does Wolverine fight that? And, like, he'd have to bide his time, too. I'll share with you a little, like, a story where I played, like, I've had many bouts with Chris G in tournaments, but I've also played him a few times in casuals. And probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my recorded Marvel career was a set I had with with Chris G at Final Round like 3 years ago. And he played this it's very similar to your team, but God, it triggers me as a Wolverine player who has to play effective. The team was Hacker on point, Captain America, Eye of Agamotto assist. And he specifically used, not, because think about it, because you're trying to always, like, it's rude because that Eye of Agamotto assist is really hard for me without, and like, I mean, even then, like, Agamotto has way higher durability than most beam assists in the game. Like, it's really hard to get rid of. So how do I rush in? I have to pick my spot and, like, get it perfectly, and I wasn't that great of a player to, like, fuck with Chris G when he already has like a super sick defensive setup. So, like, I credit you, like, when you said that, like, you found Eye of Agamotto to be like the cool stuff, like, that makes sense because you need to bide your time, and that you need a defensive assist. Jonas in the call, he plays Tatsu assist, he pushes you away, it's really fast. You need a defensive assist if you're gonna run Phoenix Wright. I think every Phoenix Wright ends up having a defensive assist. So Like I think your team, in at least in like a grounded perspective, like if you're having to play a ground game, you really are afforded to play your game and find your time. It's just though, as you said, the extremes, like like characters that have like really good zoning like Mamamoo or Morrigan, they're just gonna like not let you play because none of your characters
Yeah.
really deal with that significantly well. So I mean that's where I feel the issue is. But I mean me as a Wolverine player, or like I've seen you play against a lot of really strong players that play like a sort of grounded neutral game rushdown. I'm specifically referring to like first you versus Coach Steve at Evo this year. That was
Ooh.
one of the hypest sets I've ever seen. Oh god,
Oh my
there was like
gosh.
literally 40 to 50 seconds of neutral of you just like up backing in the
Jump.
corner against
Jump.
his Pixel Doom, and like I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, like you like, and you did well
Ah,
against him. Like you have this game plan to like kind of have people hang on themselves while you stay solid while fishing for like these really important hits with Captain America or just a block charging star. So
okay,
to
so like,
answer your question, yeah, I just wanted to sum up my point before like you responded. I was just gonna say
go
that
ahead.
I'd probably have a hard time playing you. I've never played you before. I definitely want to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
but
yeah,
at the
let's do
same
it.
time, I think I'll fuck you up. Whatever. At the same and at the same
Hey
time,
man, that's fine.
I think your team is honestly like you kind of happened on a pretty decent combination that deals with a lot of like high
Yeah.
tier stuff. I don't think it deals with the top tier, like the
Nah,
real top tier, that well.
yeah, I
But
probably
since a
struggle.
lot of people, yeah, a lot of players are playing, a lot of really strong character specialist sort of stuff, and you can contend with that. So yeah, I want to say like good shits on figuring all that out because that couldn't have been easy. And it's good that you have friends that like give you ideas
Yeah.
to kind of make you who you are now. So like yeah, sorry to cut you off earlier, but what were you
No,
saying?
no, please. I only wanted to interject because you mentioned that match with Coach Steve
Mm-hmm.
because it was just it was so much more than just me playing this really good sponsored player from the East Coast. That's how I thought of it, right? That's how some people thought of it. But what a lot of people didn't realize was actually Evo 2015. I actually played him twice. We only play once a year. It must be tradition. And I played him at Evo 2015. And the set as this one was also just as hype. It's stupid because I swear to God I can't win any matches cleanly. Like it doesn't happen. It's just not a
Mm-hmm.
thing. I need this. Something needs to. If I'm winning too hard, I guess it's like my muscle memory triggers, and I drop a combo or I do something stupid, because it's not hype. If it's a blow up, it's not hype. So I don't know what my problem is, but it was a similar situation, and the craziest thing was, it was actually everyone and their mother swears it. I was actually two in the zone to be
I
entirely
was
sure.
there for this, by the way. I remember this. I
You saw
was
that?
right
Yeah, oh, you
behind you,
remember that?
man. Yeah, this was crazy. This was actually insane.
Oh my! We were, the score was actually, it was losers finals, and the score was, it was 2-1, and he asked me, he said, I think he asked me, no, I'm sorry, it was 2-1 in my favor.
Yeah,
Shit,
everybody
I
thought it was
forget.
2-1 in your favor.
Yeah, exactly, 2-1 in my favor, and I said I think so, and then I just said that. I was like, I think so. He was like, okay, and so he didn't switch teams, and then he proceeded to win. Um, I think we said it was 2-2. I take it back. He said it was 2-2, and I said I think so, because I think he won the very next game. Bottom line, it was 2-2. The score was actually 2-2. We didn't go back to main menu, so I couldn't reference that. No
Right,
one
yeah.
recorded it from the very beginning. So I got up and I shook the dude's hand, and I was like, games. And then everyone behind me was just like, "What are you doing? What the heck are you doing?"
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I lost. What are you talking about? He's like, "No, guys, it's 2-2." It's like, no fucking way. Don't you lie to me right now. Don't,
You know,
give me a chance. Give me a chance. And then everyone, of course, he's denying it. He's like, no, that's a wrap. I beat you 3-2. Blah 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 blah. And I said, oh, this is garbage. Does anyone have it recorded? Anyone? And then I think I forget what, I remember his name. His name's escaping right now. But someone had it recorded, but it wasn't from the very beginning. Even people from the East Coast, these are people that have never met me, where he's actually right. So this is 2-2. You still got another round. I'm surprised. I'm like, so many people, big crowd, same scenario. They bring a TO. The TO's like, well, you conceded that it was 2-2. So technically,
right.
it's not 3-2. We can't prove it, otherwise you lose. And I was like, well, I guess I
Wow.
gotta hold that, right? So I held that L for a whole year.
Ugh,
Entire
nasty.
year. I held that. I had jokes like at least once a week. My homies wouldn't let me forget about it. They're like, "Oh, Marvel players can't count. Marvel players can't count. They don't know numbers. They don't know anything about this game." And it sucked. It was like, of course, I didn't care too much about it, but internally, it was like,
Ah, that's disgusting,
there was no
man.
justice. There was
No justice.
No justice in the
No
world.
justice for IHeartJustice. Yo, man, that's the indie tech. Indie always says it. You go back to main menu, no matter what. We do it in casuals now. We do it in anything, dude. You always go back to main menu.
I learned it the hard way, man, and it was just such a blessing. When I looked at the bracket, I was like, this is some divine justice right here. Like, it has to happen. It has to happen. And then, of course, like you said, I don't know how many people were behind me, but I'm glad I had headphones on, because if I would have heard anyone pop off for a second, I would have probably lost my composure, because it was
I actually a picture of when you played them the second time, and it was not one of the biggest crowds that day. It was like maybe next to Mo versus Full Schedule or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're
that's so flattering to me.
I was there too, and like there were definitely people popping off. I was screaming, especially in the like last 35 to 40 seconds where coach is on a pixel doom, and you're like, I'm just sitting in the corner. What's up? It's like the composure in that level when a lot of Marvel's just kind of like going in doing all this stuff, but like I was that match was so sick. Like and that's cool too, because like I've had my fair share of really hype close sets with coach. Something about the way he plays and lets you play is somewhat like leads to magical moments. I don't get it, but playing Coach Steve, high pressure situation is always like a ridiculous time, and like he's a great player,
amazing player, freaking amazing.
He's really, but also that shows what you're coming with, like okay. And I have a question for you. Like, how much, like, as a low tier player, do you feel that like you kind of have the edge in the matchup as far as the knowledge goes? It's like, I know how to deal with you more than you know how to deal with me. And do you think that plays a big factor in your tournament, like performance, or you're just like, no, everybody knows how to really play me?
Well, when it comes to character knowledge and familiarity, it's very true. As a low tier specialist, especially in this day and age, people just want to win, so they pick the good characters. You know what I'm saying? They practice the cheap stuff. They learn the infinites. They do all the broken things that you've seen time and time again. So I definitely get exposure. There's no absence of that. It does give me a set when I see like someone I don't recognize and they're just playing, the get out of pools free team, Virgil, Doom, Matt, Wolverine. It gives me a nice little confidence. I'm like, okay, I've literally played this matchup a billion times. They've probably played my matchup in their dreams. So it's like I should be completely fine. It's okay to make mistakes. You don't have as much padding with a lower tier character. You don't have as many buttons. You won't get some jank cross up off of your dash heavy something. You can't bank on this random stuff doing all the work for you. So it's clear that if I for a second don't respect Wolverine dive kick, I'm gonna lose this whole character for.
Oh no, the internet's dying on him.
It's the mixture of both, but ultimately, yes, you're not wrong. What's up?
Your internet's cutting out. Yeah, it's okay. I'll cover for you. Don't worry. While I recover. Well, okay. As a low tier guy myself, man, I can 100% say that.
I'll be right back.
It's all good. As a low tier guy, I can 100% say there's definitely W's you collect for free that people will just stare at you and have no idea what the hell you're doing. I don't know how many times I've X Factor uppercutted my way to victories. X Factor level 3 Arthur comeback. I know for a fact Raid has frauded out more wins than he's ever won legitimately, so I'm definitely not even going to ask him about it. So yeah, low tier is a big part of it.
Definitely was on the receiving end of set.
Oh yeah. You gotta know the uppercuts are coming, or you're done with it. So, but I would say that Arthur has definitely kind of lost that. He doesn't really have that anymore. Phoenix Wright has got some room to play. Yeah, Arthur's more about the assists now. The point character gimmicks and the W's really don't come that easy anymore. What Javier does, what IHeartJustice does is way more impressive, I would say, in my opinion, because it's current. people are playing much cheaper stuff, and he's also playing a really, really just all around crazy, ugly team. And I just want to say before we get into the rest of the tournaments, that it's really cool to see you do what you do, and there's you represent a new kind of turn in the meta, and there's guys like at Absolute Battle where you beat Champ. The winner of that tournament was Ryan LV, another guy who plays another weird team with just like a unfamiliar win condition.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
No,
it's very awful to fight against. I don't know if anybody else has fought Ryan before, but it makes you want to pull your own face off, and it's just very cool to see these new win conditions and strategies appear in the game, and you do it very well. So I'm very impressed with you, and I think we're going to see plenty more of you going forward. What's the next tournament you're going to? Probably PSG.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, can you hear me? Internet
Yeah,
fine?
yeah, you're good now.
For sure.
Yeah, that's better.
So I had to hardwire that stuff. I dragged the cable, 50-foot cable. I was like, come here.
Good man.
All right. And the next tournament, definitely for sure, the PSG Classic or Autumn Classic. That's September. I'm gonna fudge the date up if I don't look at my phone.
It's
right now.
September 17th. Don't worry, I got you.
My man. All right. So yes, September 17th, big deal. Our actual our local venue, PSG, has been such a big deal for all the upcoming fighting game players. Not even just Marvel. The guy avidly supports Smash, Street Fighter, any of the big games, even a lot of smaller games who have tournaments there. Anime games, doesn't matter. Like the guy's great. His name's Andy. You'll see him if you come through, and he actually really appreciates the kind of hype that Marvel brings. And because of people like myself or even a lot of my friends, a lot of the people here, we bring the hype. Like even if it could be casuals, man. We'll walk in and everyone will start popping off. You're gonna hear mean things be said because we want people to be hyped, people to be excited, enjoy the game. That's a lot of where the dynamic for this game comes from, is just people being
energy.
And it's energy. It's
fun.
It's live. It's live. You feel it.
Very real.
So, yes, absolutely. So yeah, big deal.
Isn't it kind of cool that in Absolute Battles, the top 2 players come from a place that still gets popped to Marvel? I find that kind of cool.
No, I mean, like it's an interesting thing with the game. I understand that the numbers are never going to come back. It's just never going to happen. New players are not going to come into Marvel in droves and flocks, and nor are the old players going to come back. That's just kind of accepted. But the scene, there are scenes that are just thriving right now and doing really well. And we're going to talk, like I said, about the PSG more in a little bit. But the Las Vegas area, the Arizona area, that kind of spot, West Coast, it's really good. There's a lot of great Midwest pockets as well. We're going to talk about some of those also other upcoming events, and then of course East Coast has got its pockets in New York and Philly. So the game has got a lot of strength left in it, and I'm very excited for it. I'd actually like to talk about a tournament that just recently happened in Puerto Rico. We know about First Attack. Big deal. The top 8 goes as follows. Raid, you were there. Top 8, number 1, Chris G, our Evo champion. Number 2, Flocker. Number 3, Ramasama. Number 4, a fellow named Sean? I'm not sure.
Shaw is base 7.
What is it?
Change his gamer tag. Shaw is base 7.
Shaw. Oh, base 7. Okay, that's right. Base 7 from Florida. Morgan Doom Virgil. Neokarsh and Tyson tied for 5th. And then we have KJ Masta. I don't know who that is. And
KJ
Masta, apparently.
What is he?
He's a local Moridum player. He's actually the one that eliminated me.
Oh, local scumbag. Local scumbag, KJ Masta, Morgan Doom Virgil player. And then Jason Kiddo, I think it's
Jason Kiddo is Ramasama's brother.
That's why he plays Rama's team.
Yes, literally it's just Rama's team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, this is absurd. Why are there 2 people playing Ramasama's team in one tournament? But that makes a lot of sense. So, Chris G, not unsurprising that he won, at Focus First Attack specifically, but not unsurprising that he won a tournament that he's playing in. Very strong, our current champion. Don't expect him to slow down at all. Flocker getting the second place spot. Still a world caliber talent, incredibly strong player, and Ramasama third place. He's Mr. Third Place anyway, so I'm sure he booked his ticket saying, "I can't wait to get third." And whenever he decided, whoever was even going before anybody even know he was going to Focus Attack. So, congratulations to those three. We had the Chris G versus Flocker set. They played in winners. Raid, you were there, right? They played in winners finals and grand finals,
Yes.
correct?
They played in winners finals and grand finals. The grand final was kind of a blow up.
But the winners final set, that was nasty. You want to talk a little bit about that?
That was probably one of the best Marvel sets I've ever seen.
It was incredible.
I'm not even it was for me. It was amazing. I could see the way that, like, okay, let's be honest. Flocker kind of like fell off after Evo, right?
Of course.
He's been like pick it back up. So that said, I think I saw Flocker prime, like 2013 Flocker. He was playing out of his mind. He was punishing.
3-2. It was 3-2, by the way.
Yeah. Everything, like the whole set, every match was going directly, like it was going so well, and then at the last 10 seconds or something, someone screwed it up. Like I was lucky enough to commentate top 8, and I was like, why? How can you play so good and then just, oh my god, Marvel, something happened.
It was very frustrating. It was very frustrating. Flocker, I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. He 100% looked like, a 2013, a 2014 Flocker. He was looking very strong. He punished missiles on point every single time. He was not letting missiles get off the ground. He was staying underneath Morgan at these perfect zones, fighting her so well, making Chris G look like he was sweating in his first defense, after he, or whatever.
Did you see that there was one match? There was one match that he was just like, he picked missiles and he was just throwing Sugemo with missiles. And Chris G was just like, what do I do? What can I do? Like
he picked missiles.
Holding on. Yes. And one of the things, like, the thing I like about Flocker is that he knows when to hold on to Buster, right?
Yeah.
He was just holding it, and every time he used it, there was a reason to use it. It wasn't just, oh, I'm just going to throw Buster because, oh, no, it's safe. No, every time that he uses it, it's for a reason. It's for something. It's a reaction.
And that's good. That's so important, because that's something that I definitely look for. Whenever I was learning Zero for a while, I definitely looked for that in Zeros. I looked for reasons to use, why they use their busters. And a lot of us, whenever we're learning, or just, kind of more novice Zero players in general, it's such a good move, and it's not, it's not a huge charge time, and it does have so much reward, on a punish or whatever. We tend to just kind of, Buster, whatever, I'll get it back, give myself a little bit of breathing room, and then I'll run around for a couple seconds. No, Flocker, every single time he used the Buster, he was on a punish, or he was, pushing for stage presence, or he was really getting the most out of literally everything he did. And yeah, absolutely, he picked Doom missiles, which is really weird. I've never really seen him do that. I've seen him do Jam Session more than a few times, but as far as going to Zero Missiles Virgil, that was a pretty crazy adjustment I saw from him. He tried it again in grand finals, and it didn't really go so well.
I wasn't really surprised, because there's been rumors like, oh, he was picking Doom the other day. Like Neo Karsh a couple months ago, he was like, I just lost to Flocker for forever. I'm like, really? What happened? Oh, he picked missiles. Oh, sure. Yeah.
But that's good. That's good. Like he kind of understands that, he's creating clutter of his own on the screen. Morgan does have a vulnerable, top hitbox. That's what's really good at fighting her. So I really liked seeing the missiles. He was calling it at really good times and punishing, Chris's Doom. So he really got the assist advantage and made his Zero go a really long way. Yeah, his Virgil looked really great a few times, but it also had some slop. He dropped some stuff that, traditionally Virgil players don't drop, and that probably cost him a lot more than he would like to admit. But a great showing all around. Raid or anybody else, was there anything particular? Well, Raid he just dropped. Tasif, did you watch First Attack at all? It kind of went on at weird hours. It was a little tough to catch, but
I think it's Mike.
Oh, he's muted again. Well, it was a great tournament. It was fantastic, and like I said, it was a very. Did you watch it, Javier, by any chance?
I caught like snippets of it. I was trying to watch it. I think it was a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And man, I was like in and out, because I don't know. I tune out a little bit sometimes.
No, I feel you. It was tough. It was because, like I said, it was it's a Puerto Rico tournament. It was hosted The Marvel tournament was ran earlier in the afternoon, so it was kind of hard to catch top 8. But I encourage anybody who is interested to go and watch it. I don't remember the stream it was on, unfortunately. It was on Level Up. Duh, of course, it was on Level Up Live. It was streamed by Valle and the crew. So I definitely recommend anybody, especially if you're trying to see some great, solid, straight-laced zero play.
Yeah.
Check it out. Flocker really flexed, and of course Chris just showed his true color. He did not get reset in grand finals, so won in straight sets. Looking very strong, and I respect Chris for that. Staying in practice. So
right.
But ECT also happened very recently, and that tournament had a little bit more drama in the top 8. I'm just gonna read top 8 here again real quick. Cosmos first place, insane set. Insane grand final set. He won out of losers, actually.
He started off at losers top 8.
Yeah, he lost to No Life.
Wow. Oh, he did. Oh, that's my homie.
Yeah, he lost to his boy No Life in top 8, and then number 2, Flux, who went into grand finals and winners, and was really playing on. I cannot wait to talk about Flux in this top 8. Third place, another guy who said, "I can't wait to punch my ticket to third place" when he signed up for ECT. Punisher. Knew he was getting that before he even started the tournament. Congratulations, Punisher, on another third place. You're the best. Sorry. And then fourth, No Life. Like I said, the guy who put Cosmos into losers, a zero May Cry player. Good job to No Life. Yeah, that dude's been consistently.
I love that guy. He's
a good guy.
Yeah, you just I don't know if you talk to the guy, but man, he just like makes you feel good about your life.
He's genuinely tight. Man. He's genuinely.
There's a couple people. There's not many people I can say that about. There's some people that you talk to them, you're like, you just make me happier. I'm glad you're here.
He's raw excitement. Like whenever you're interacting with No Life, he's just raw like hype, and like he's super. Anytime it's something with one of his boys, whether it's you or like someone else, he's so hype. He's so hype and he's so ready. He's gonna throw up mad cash. He doesn't care.
Right.
I respect No Life, so congratulations on fourth place.
Congrats.
No Life.
Good job.
That's my man. Zero May Cry, good, and he stays grinding. He's always playing casual sets. Yeah. I respect that, so that's paying off. Fifth place, tied for fifth, was Janitor. I don't know this guy.
He's trying to clean up though. He's trying his best.
Definitely cleaning up. He was
he's trying his best out there. Good job.
He was definitely cleaning up. Morgan Doom Virgil. So repping the team NorCal, doing it. Not a whole lot of those left, really. If you think about it.
True, no.
Not a whole lot of Morgan Doom Virgil, so respect to him for holding it down. Tied fifth place with Ray Ray, who lost to Cosmos. I don't remember who he lost to in winners.
Punisher.
Oh, 3-0.
No, that's why I'm kind of mad at you for talking smack about the boy Punisher for getting third place, because he overcame a demon, son. Like that dude has not beaten Ray Ray in a long time. And granted, there's some talk in like the Facebook group about how Ray Ray was actually apologizing for saying like, "Yo, Gilbert, I'm sorry, I gave you like a half-ass set."
Oh yeah,
everybody's thinking that like, oh, here he is, losing to a Punisher for the first time, and he's beating Daigo over in Street Fighter 5. I wonder what Ray Ray's focusing on, right? Like, but no, it ain't even about that. Ray Ray's already on the record saying that I'm still playing Marvel. Like Marvel already got me here and got me this good. Just like hanging out with all the Marvel players, because among Daigo has mentioned in the past, like, who are the top 5 American fighting game players, and 4 of those dudes are like, they mess with Marvel. And there's a big reason for it. It flexes a different part of your reactionary skill set that not a lot of other games really get to. So it's good to see the young gun, putting in work in a lot of different games. But yeah, as far as you saying that Gilbert is king of third place, you need to shut the F up.
Hey man, I'm talking facts. I'm talking numbers.
Oh,
well, if you're talking numbers, you said that Ramasama's king of third place, but last time he got top 8, he got second. What are you talking about?
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah,
you got one.
Congratulations.
He was one better at losing. He didn't get first.
You always call it first loser. It's not second place. It's first.
Yeah,
loser.
see, he was first loser instead of second loser. No, I'm not hating on Gilbert.
No hate.
I love everything that Punisher does, and the set that he played against Ray. Seriously, that was a squabbing of a 3-0. The incomings he did with the super traps and Vajra assist with Raccoon, Ray had no chance on incoming. I mean, really, it was some of the nastiest Vajra stuff I've ever seen. But I'm not knocking him. Like, if we money matched, obviously Punisher's gonna squad me. He's gonna crush me. Obviously, Ramasama is going to get smacked. I will definitely rock Ramasama. I will smack him up 9 times out of 10. I don't care about that. But Punisher, Punisher's good. No, Punisher's good. I'm not knocking him, but I know I'm just saying like it is. You know, third place. I would like to see him rise above to the first place, but you know, I'm not knocking his third place because you're right. It was very hard, and he definitely earned it. We had 2 more finishers. 7th place, a guy named Full Screen playing Morgan, Doctor Strange, and Doom. So his name's Full Screen. Sounds like he likes to run. Sounds like he likes to be pretty annoying. And then 7th place tied also was Moons. So
I miss you so much, Moons. I miss you so much, Moons. Come back.
I know, man. See, that's a automatic response. Everybody's so smiling and happy. Just Moons. You know, it's natural to see Moons in top 8 of Marvel tournaments. He's not really like, he had this thing with Bison, you know, and Street Fighter V when it dropped, but that character sucks, and that game sucks. So he should just keep doing him and getting the 7th place. You know, keep doing that. So I hope. I know, but we're teasing ourselves. We know it's not gonna happen. He's not gonna full time. Yeah, well, Marvel 4.
Dream's dead.
But we all smile just hearing Moon. So it's good to see him active, and that's the good thing about Street Fighter V. It keeps people in the building. You know, people are showing up to play these games. You know, they're showing up to play Street Fighter V, but they're in the building, so of course they're going to enter Marvel, and that's for our old heads.
I like it.
Yeah, exactly. That's for everybody. When it's good, it's good that to see people involved in the scene. You know, especially fan favorites like Moons.
And the game is like, it's more fun and it's so much cooler to watch. And like grand finals of ECT was like, we were gonna touch upon that. Like that was so ridiculous.
Dude.
That set between Flux and Cosmos. They played ECT last year. I don't know if you all remember this. Yeah, they played in winners finals last year, and Flux 3 won him. It was pretty clean, and like a lot of the same things that happened. Where Flux is probably the king of air grabbing Moradoom because he's been playing against Christie for so long, and he made a couple of clutch drops and whatnot. But honestly, like the big thing that really pulled for Flux throughout the entire time was his Virgil just being unpredictably so godlike.
Dude, that was insane. I mean? That was insane.
He likes his Virgil. Like people know him for his Zero and like the whole like lightning loop and like blah blah blah. But
Netflix.
No, he himself prides himself on his Virgil play, and nothing shows that better than that last round, which unfortunately he lost because he was outplaying the piss out of him, yo. Oh my god.
I've never seen so many meterless resets with Virgil, and like he did not have X Factor. He was just going in with Virgil and Jam Session, and just like some of the most insane resets I've ever seen, and just nasty setups. And Flux was making Virgil look like a movement machine, man. Like he was really just, I don't know. I'm so impressed.
Because I've played Virgil a good bit, especially like not as an X Factor anchor like most of you freaking scrubs, but like on point, with the assist, trying to like fine. But the big thing I noticed about him was he was able to confirm off of his round trip in like the weirdest spots known to man that I didn't know existed. Like I learned 3 or 4 new confirms with Virtual Jam Session just watching that 15-second highlight reel of him putting his foot up Cosmos' ass.
Super jump confirms, man. Like off of round trip, he was doing that. He did that nasty devil trigger round trip combo in the air, like where he got an extra like air round trip on super jump.
That was nasty.
Man, he lost though. God.
Yeah, he lost, and like he even had some sick, moments where like the crowd was cheering for like Flux's Zero confirm. Like no one ever does that. If there's like 1 of 3 things happens, one, either they complain about Zero, 2, they say Flux sucks, or 3, they say Flux has a big ass.
Right.
And like whatever, like that didn't matter in that moment. He did an air to air. At a super jump height against Morgan while missiles were coming down, threaded the needle in between missiles and got a full combo, and like everybody was just like, wow, okay, that was real life, that happened. So it pains me to see like Flux lose, and he felt a little desperate in that last round where he like popped X Factor early.
He tried to save Zero and then died. Yeah.
I don't like, but when he was that low and like X Factor 1 doesn't last that long, you're bound to get chipped out. I would have much rather, like me personally, I would have probably tried to save it for an X Factor like cancel on Morgan with Virgil and just get that started. So
I didn't
that's
catch. I couldn't catch it because I was dead this weekend. But what was the score?
3-2.
it was 3-2 both sets.
3-2.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, Flux almost just 3-0'd him in winners.
Yeah.
In winners side of grand finals, which is super sick. Like
He was
I
up
think
2-0. He was up 2-0. That's right.
He got how many perfects that entire set? It just
Both.
goes to show what
In the
happens
reset,
when like Flux
in the
gets going.
reset, 2 were perfects. In the reset, he
Yeah,
perfected
all
him
of his
twice.
wins were perfects.
Wow.
All of his wins were perfects.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got 2
you-
perfects with him
What
in
a-
on
what
the
a
reset,
testament.
and
No,
still.
that's 0 for you. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
that's
at
also
the same
Flux.
time,
That's also
It's Morgan
Flux.
too, though. It's like
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
that-
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't even be
because-
that upset.
as godlike as we're hyping, Flux out to be, especially after this past tournament, who won? He didn't win. That was crazy.
Cosmos.
Yeah.
Like Cosmos has a will of steel, and when you pair that with that team that's designed to just like outlast the ever living hell out of you, especially against CMC, which is a low health team in general.
Yeah.
Like he had to. Also, I will say that when it came down to just Dante, Virtual Missiles versus Solo Dante is absolute cancerous matchup. Like
Oh,
you
Yeah.
can't do much at all. Like Virgil beats you like very cleanly if you're trying to outspace missiles, and then missiles happen, and you have an 8-frame normal. It's all bad.
And
So-
also, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I felt like maybe people were arguing about the matchup between Zero and Morgan, being 5-5 or in an advantage. But I think like as a team overall, I feel like Doom is a better way of consistently outlasting ZMC's resources and health because of the fact that like Zero's at 830,
Yeah.
Virgil's at like 800. Like the chip really hurts on that
hard.
team.
It's
Yeah.
hard. You have to play so astutely and so careful with your resources. And Flux really showed. He's traditionally beat Chris. Plenty of times. He's shown that he's had great performances against Morgan in the past. He had 2 sets to do it.
Yeah, against Cosmos specifically, even last year.
Yeah, exactly. And Ray also played Cosmos that tournament in top 8, lost to him in losers. He started the Sentinel first, tried to do the missiles, strategy that he's been going to lately, but unfortunately just couldn't make it happen. But shout outs to Cosmos showing himself, king of the territory again. Oh, by the way, Janitor, shout outs to Arithmetic. Let me know that man is from Philly. So Philly was holding it down under the roof, and no Wedge, no none of the usual Philly guys. I'm not sure if he was there or not. I know he's just started school, but it was good to see a pretty good diverse lineup, and I think I don't necessarily know how to feel about Cosmos because he's so good. I mean, it's not that he doesn't have nerves of steel, and it's not that he's not playing a cheap team, but like some of the stuff he does is still really ugly. Like it's 2016.
I like his Virgil because it's kind of ugly, but it's really
so ugly,
unpredictable
dude.
with how he's trying to
Yeah.
react to you. Like he did this mix-up on incoming. I think it speaks to the type of Virgil he tries to play, where he's just like in your face, you're coming in mid-screen, and he just does like jump up, launcher down, and then dashes up and hits you on the same side. It's like
It was
really
rude.
simple. He's a
It
rude
was
Virgil
rude.
player.
I saw that. No, he is.
Yeah.
Javier, how do you feel about it, bro? Because you play an ugly team. How do you feel about this guy trying to play this nice clean team? Have you ever played Cosmos? First of all,
Yeah. Funny story. Like at a combo breaker, when I was introduced first to No Life and I met him for the first time, he was extremely hospitable, invited me to his room, and we played games. And then out of nowhere, of course, Cosmos comes up, and I'm like, yo, it's that dude. I want to play him. I don't mind getting wrecked. Cool, play Morgan. And then it's funny. Like everyone's like, oh, he's not, or at least in this particular conversation, we've been like, oh, the play's really ugly, right? Doesn't seem very clean, very fluid. The dude played Magneto against me, and I kid you not, I might like it more than Ray Ray's for like a second.
Oh no!
For a sec, I was like, what is this guy doing? I was like, he's moving all over the place. There's magnetic blast. I swear he's like throwing blast over his back. I've never saw the guy play.
I've also played against his. He plays Ray Ray's team, Magdoom Sentinel.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He plays the same colors. He does the same thing he does with Chris, and I know what you're talking about. It's nasty.
I really thought I was like, this guy, he's getting away with murder. He's just throwing off fireballs. But no, you play Magneto. That's a different mindset entirely. A scrubby Magneto does not look the same as a fluid, fast, reactionary Magneto. They look entirely different. It's a thing of poetry, like to watch Magneto fly around and throw magnetic blast and just smother you. And that's what he was doing, and I was rather impressed. I couldn't take away from the guy. So like you turn around and then you look at his Morgan play, like you said, it is a little weird. There's a huge contrast. I don't exactly understand why, but maybe it's because he doesn't have to prioritize the same, I guess, values with playing like Ray's team compared to Morgan. Morgan, you really treasure your execution. You need that fireball. You need the consistency. Magneto, you're moving around. There's more spacing, I think. I mean, I can't say I don't play Morgan like that, but I would like to think that he puts different effort in when he's playing Morgan.
So you're saying you're saying not a fraud. You're just saying
no.
You know, you saw some depth out of him. I don't think
he can do it. He can do it. I guess he just chooses not to, or doesn't really need to. Is really probably the fact of the matter.
I think that's right. I think what I like the most about Cosmos, and I was kind of playing a little bit devil's advocate here by using words like fraud and stuff, because those are words that have been traditionally used, you know, in disrespect for Cosmos. Yeah, in the past. And what
when he was first coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. He got, you know, hella flack from New York and from all the pros. You know, we had all our beefs. What's up, Punisher? I just got done giving you a lot of good bumps. Welcome to the chat. But
don't lie to the guy. Rude.
What I like the most about Cosmos is he tournament combos. He's got them, and he's just so viciously efficient at not giving you extra chances to win. He does not really, like, even whenever he makes his mistakes, they're minimal, and he really makes you have to beat him, and that's hard to do. It's hard to beat the team.
You know what? Who else does that sound like to you?
I know. It's exact. I mean, like, it's the perfect example.
I mean, he modeled, like, you know, Chris G, who just won Evo, right? You know, he plays very similar to that, and Cosmos, like, has been on record saying that he tries to play exactly like him. Like when he was first starting to like learn the game, like a lot of it really shows. Like I don't really find a lot to fault with his Morgan play, especially in that grand finals. Like people early on kind of critiqued him for like doing a lot of like YOLO Shadow Blade, smashing Crouching Light, all these frustratingly strong tactics Morgan has that can kind of like screw you out of some games. But like a lot of what Cosmos was doing against, you know, Flux was just, you know, keeping at range, staying back, getting in block stun, and just confirming whatever he could. And his confirm game maybe not be the best, but he definitely showed some like decent confirms in that grand final set. Like he got like a full meter off of a Soul Drain loop in the corner after missiles with TG. That really actually won him the game because you got Virgil coming in with no meter.
And that's when he puts the hands on the neck, man. Like he really does. Like sometimes whenever like you are playing against him, you feel it. You feel him literally like choking the chances out of you. You see like your windows of opportunity for victory just shrink and shrink and shrink until they are gone. And just like Chris, you know, this is Ray. This was your tournament. Morgan Doom Virgil also won first attack. Morgan Doom Virgil winning. They won both tournaments by the two players. How does everybody feel about that?
Note that there's two other Morgans.
Yeah.
In that top 8 at ECT.
And Base.
And these are from players that haven't even like been around there. And also, you're talking about Base.
Base is good. He's good. And I played him. I played him at KIT or something, I want to say, and I beat him. But and I was playing Wolverine then. I really got, you know, a lot of work done with Wolverine. But once he got his separation, it was like I saw like a really good Morgan player, and he's been getting way better since then. So how does everybody feel about this? Because we just talked a whole lot about the meta of the low tier specialists and guys like IHeartJustice, and then you know Raid. You're also a Phoenix Wright player, myself an Arthur player. We're giving all this props to low tiers, but here we have in two separate tournaments the same team wins. Are we overstating the low tier comeback a little bit? What do you guys think?
Yeah, because Morgan keeps all that check.
Ray, what do you think? How do you feel about it?
At first attack, look. This is at first attack. There were 5 Morgans, right? Like signed pre-reg. 2 didn't show up.
Oh.
The other 3 the other.
Okay, so 5 Morgans enter the tournament. 3 get top 8. 2 don't show up. Presumably,
it was so bad it killed his internet.
He was so offended. He got kicked out of the call. Tasif, What do you
Sorry.
what do you think about it? Do you think it's like?
I got bodied.
Well, don't worry, we'll get back into it. What do you think about it, Steve? How do you feel about Morgan's place? Are we going to start seeing the cement dry here?
Yeah, winter's coming, guys.
Yeah.
Winter's coming.
Oh yeah.
It's like this. These are like Morgan players are the White Walkers. Like we can run away and dodge the question as much as we want. We can play our game with all these
like
new
that.
characters and all this like stuff. But nah, dude, Chris G just won.
Yeah.
Evo with
Yeah.
Lord Doom Virgil. It's okay, and he got cheered for. I mean, not to say that he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve the accolades. He was played phenomenally. But now we're starting to see, like, there are a lot of Morgans that have just come out ever since Evo. Like, Ray just mentioned it. ECT just happened. These are two tournaments that just happened recently. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan LV does really well at the PSG tournament.
Oh,
You know what I mean? This is a character that's going to stay no matter what. She almost, you could arguably say she dictates the meta, especially since she's actually a good matchup. A lot of people favor her in the matchup against like Zero, Magneto. That's like the Game of Thrones right there. Y'all are playing
Right.
Marvel, but White Walkers play a different game.
Yeah.
Winter's coming, guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. I do
This is-
feel
I
that.
hope their hands fall off, man. That's what I'm saying.
That's the only way.
It's so cold, they just break.
That's the only way we stop them, bro. Is if Morgan players just start dropping like flies. But I
You heard
see.
Chris G. My hands are so cold, I can't.
You're my hands are so cold. Oh my god. The TV's overheating.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Look.
it's coming up in the chat too. It might be that time that Morgan really starts stretching her legs. Ray, did you have something else you wanted to say about it?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the thing. Like, yeah, Morgan is after Evo. It's just blowing everyone up. Even before Evo, but like, it's something that has been stuck on my mind ever since Evo. Like, what can I do?
Yeah.
And something that Fucker did is that that Fucker has the best Hawkeye. Like,
Yeah.
not the best Hawkeye, but he was the best for like a while. And he's very fundamentally sound. But he can't use Hawkeye in that matchup. You can see that he switched to missiles, he switched to jam session. I feel like people need to start playing different assists, like picking maybe one character, two characters differently, and try to play around, find a way to counter the bullshit.
You might be right.
That's such a huge testament to how good the character is.
Yeah, that you have to basically.
No, and let me be honest with you. We have been trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
It's not like Morgan just happened. Like, I remember that first Philly tournament that Chris G picked Virgil instead of Akuma.
Yeah.
And it was
Game
such
over.
a body bag, and everybody on commentary was kind of like, "Oh my god, this team is ridiculous. Why has no one picked this? This is incredible." And ever since then, we've been developing these strategies, and as we get better, they get better. As we get better, they get better, and we pushed Morgan to a really. Yeah, I know it's our turn. Yeah, but it's also Javier mentioned before. It speaks to how strong that character is. It speaks to how strong that game plan is. I'll say this much.
What's that?
On the topic of trying to figure out strategies to deal with this character, right? One thing that has been sort of more prevalent lately is the fact that people are picking missiles, right? That Flocker just picked it. Marvello has been known to pick it with Nova, which makes no sense, but he's actually had decent success with it.
Ray.
And even Ray, I've talked to Ray about it, and he says he'd much rather play his Mag Doom Sentinel team with missiles than he would with Plasma Beam in the matchup. And their logic or their reasoning behind this, and I want this just to bring kind of clarity to it, so that maybe y'all might want to pick missiles for this reason.
I'm
is the
thinking
fact
about
that so what happens is that Morgan has very limited mobility, and she doesn't have a good way to deal with, as you said before. She has no vertical coverage. She has to really dodge out of the way of missiles because they're falling on top of her head where she's vulnerable. So if you're able to limit the movement, then you're able to start to put her in predictable spots where she can't fight back, and then you get to actually fight reactionary towards her. Missiles is sort of a way to get her to start moving away from you, as opposed to just following her missiles and her fireball trailing. So that's a strategy that's starting to be developed by some of the players lately. Like, I remember before Evo, I was practicing against Ray's Magneto Missile Sentinel team because he was like, I want to be sure that I have this ready for a Morgan player or something like that. So just to kind of, a lot of people play Beam, a lot of people play Rocks, but I think in the Morgan matchup, there is a decent reason for you to pick missiles there.
And you see the strategy with Zero and also with Magneto and Sentinel. It's all the same. In all three of these cases, you see these guys moving towards it. You have the Buster, you have the Sentinel Spit, and you have the Disruptor. All of those punish missiles faster than Soulfist does, and it's a way to like kind of guarantee a missile superiority for a few seconds.
Exactly.
You call the missiles, you spit. You call the missiles, you heavy Disruptor, or you let the Buster go. You kind of overwhelm the Soulfist on the screen, and your missiles are in play. And then she's got this, like you said, this awkward kind of it's not necessarily linear because she's got the weird arcs to her movement, but it's very predictable and it's very poor. And I saw Bodyweight create Eli the Curry talking about it in the chat too. Her movement is her weakness, and I think you're exactly right. The adaptation to missiles is going to be a big deal. Something that I'm probably never going to really commit to because I don't have any teams. I could play like Taskmaster missiles, but it's like that's not really. I don't know. What's that?
Maybe we all should play Morgan and get it over with.
No. See, that's the exact opposite of what we need. There's weaknesses. It's not like she's unbeatable. So I don't know.
Smash dynamic where you just all play Fox. We just play Morgan.
Yeah, we all just graduate to it and get it over with.
Yeah, if we're playing this game till 20XX, then believe me, everybody's picking Morgan.
Her TAC game is very strong too.
Someone actually record this for posterity. I will never touch that dumb character.
Amen, bro. Amen.
I
will lose 100 times over. I will throw money matches on purpose just to make sure that people see I'm committed. I don't want to play that.
I think IHeartJustice is the most respectful guest we've ever had because I respect the hell of that, and I 100% agree. I will never. I've played Virgil, I've had fun. I played Zero, and I've had fun.
I got you.
I try Morgan, man, and I just.
Let's talk about this a little bit though. At first attack, you all know base 7 Shaw. He's a really good Morgan, but he got bobbed by Ramasama twice.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dormammu.
Ooh, let's go.
It's not free. It's not free. Morgan is not free.
I mean, what do you guys think is a counter, if there is a counter?
Like a point counter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what's important is it's not necessarily like there's a character that you can pick that says like, oh, this is the one that's going to do it. I do think that there's characters that can force her into situations where you can expose the player. And
right.
Well, how about we rephrase the question to what pairing or what set of point plus assists can deal with Morgan missiles? Because that's the main problem. Rapid Slash isn't really that useful in that neutral. It's mostly just Morgan Doom doing a lot of the point work. What combination can beat that combination of Morgan missiles? Do you think? If there's
Zero missiles is a great start. I think Zero missiles is a very good start. So Ginmu is very frustrating. I think for Morgan players.
Oh yeah,
I like it for some reason. It's
Dormammu?
No. Virgil and Point.
Oh yeah, well that's had a lot of success. Justin Wong recently has kind of adapted to that strategy of taking Virgil, using the huge normals, and just kind of and that's also kind of that's framed the same way as the Wolverine and Hager all-ins, where you just kind of try to stay on top of her, kill her before she gets started. I think that Vajra is still really good, when used properly.
I disagree. Because Morgan destroys that assist on reaction really easily if they know what they're doing. Shadow Blade.
Ryan LV.
Ryan LV destroys that assist.
Yeah,
Terry
he does
also
does
the
yeah.
same thing. Yeah, I don't think Vajra is sort of like that mid-level thing that'll work until the Morgan player has to step up to figure out gain the neutral awareness to just destroy that assist. Nah, dude, Morgan actually eats that assist up in my opinion.
Well, there's also Doctor Strange teams, which are
Yes. You know what team I think will do really well against freaking Mordoom is Mini Boss's team, where he has missiles and bolts.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's nasty.
That's ridiculous.
You're
really
gonna
keep Morgan really screwed up. We saw Cross in the past. This is Mini Boss's sort of theory on Doctor Strange bolts versus missiles is that if you have two bolts happen, the first bolt gets rid of the hits the missile assist, and then you gain another turn. So if you're calling bolts reactively to missiles, you're gaining essentially an extra turn every time they're trying to force their turn. So you're always staying ahead. So when you have bolts with a good character and you have missiles on top of it, like you can even put Zero in front of that team. Zero, Doom, Strange.
Yeah,
Doom,
straight up.
Strange. Doom, Strange. Like
That's
Flash
great.
plays that team.
Yeah.
Flash plays that team with MODOK, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't do that badly against Morgans either. I think you need something to hit the assist and something to limit her movement. Those two weaknesses we just talked about. That might actually be a decent way to deal with it. Up to players to figure that out.
Something I noticed Flocka was doing. He was waiting until Supervision went out. He would teleport behind her, so he's doing the usual pattern. The inputs would get reversed, so he would just like fly and not do anything, and he would punish that. Like that those are like super early. I think that's one of the reasons why Ramazan also won, because he would like teleport and he would like cross up the inputs, and they would have to adapt to that. And it's really hard for them because it's like a mental pattern for them, and they have to switch up, and that's how they screw up.
And you know what too? Like not every teleport character can take advantage of that. Like I play Dante, for instance, and whenever I teleport closer to the character. So whenever he messes up a fly or a fireball, he usually gets an H or something, right? And that H hits me. You know what I mean? Where like Dormammu's teleport or like Zero's movement above her or whatnot, like you can space away from Morgan's small body so that you can actually get her to genuinely mess up her her inputs and have it not affect you still. So like I get bopped with Dante because I can't take advantage of like messing up her inputs because
it's nothing like you can do. I don't think that there's any one solution. Like you really have to pay attention to what she's doing on the screen. You have to legitimately watch her and react to what she's doing on the screen, and also be prepared for the situations where she punishes your assist. And you have to be ready to punish hers. You really have to pressure Doom, and you have to be good at diverting attention, because if she's allowed to just focus on you, and kind of she's dictating the pace of attention, and she's dictating, where the fight's going, then you've lost. I mean, there's no way that you're going to be able to fight, that kind of uphill battle. But I do think that it's you really have to have the focus and just the mental awareness to punish properly. That more than anything will take you, and being able to grab her, in her her unfamiliar or traditionally unfamiliar movement patterns. That's really important. It's just so much focus. I think that more than anything is like what takes you.
And it's not like you just focusing 100% is what's going to do her in, because she has options to deal with you being
absolutely.
Too many. That's
usually the issue when Blocker has to play Chris G in the past. Is he's really good at sniping Doom, and then Chris G gets mid-screen, calls Doom, jumps up over Buster and shell kicks him and punishes him, and then he wins the game. And that's the classic. You can't be too predictable with just doing one thing, even though like that's your game plan. And
even though that's the strong part of it. There's a lot of layers to beating it. She's not unbeatable. She's not necessarily. She just doesn't have any
it's
really
hard.
bad matchups, but it is hard.
It's really hard.
And the whole team is hard. It has layers because it's the Doom Virgil shell, and she can build meter when she's in Soul Fist, so she's in some ways a good battery. Yeah. If heaven forbid she catches a happy birthday, because you might as well just quit. That round and give up. So.
You better just pray for some YOLO.
At that point,
arm charging star or whatever.
But even then, like beyond bionic arm, like it's not that good, because if she's in the air, she can just unfly, and she's 100% safe. Yeah.
And then she can just do the uppercut super.
Yeah.
Like what can I do?
If she's on the ground, that's nothing, because she's gonna do the DP super, and that's gonna beat bionic arm. So
why does she have a DP super?
I know. She has like a man grab.
Why does she have any of that? That's so odd. Why does she have a 3-frame DP that's flight cancelable? Okay, I'm sorry.
It's Wesker all over again. Like we were saying all this stuff in vanilla when we didn't know any better, and now it's like she has all these tools, and her TAC game is really strong. She's got good infinites, if you really commit yourself to it. But
you can't cancel your Shoryu in Street Fighter. I just don't know where the logic.
Cancel it into a fly.
I just don't know where the logic was. Like they made this amazing character, and they're like, it's okay. The rest of them will keep up somehow. Like we'll break the game enough to where everyone else can play, right? No, that's not the case. This character is broken. She's rude. She has too many options, and she builds a meter.
Yeah, she builds hella meter. She's a great. I don't know, and she's a good anchor. She can finish at the anchor slot with X Factor 3. She can be really problematic, especially if you've already burned yours. So God, we spent so much time talking about this. This makes me sick.
But at the same time, this is a conversation we need to have.
Yeah,
you know,
you're right.
Winter is coming.
Winter
is coming.
It's like the
Now or
elephant in
never.
the room with the succubus. You know what I'm saying? We just don't feel good about it.
Amen. Yeah, we gotta really buckle down and get ready for this. We can't let him have it. We can't let him just take it for free.
We cannot.
There's got to be justice. We got to deal with justice. It can't just be on one man. We all have to band together and work on justice together.
I kid you not. Like, if I'm playing a Morgan player, and it's anyone who knows anything about the matchup, I probably immediately switch to Dormammu. I can't even play Phoenix straight. Like, I can't. It's not fun. It's not fun for me.
It's pointless.
It's like, unless I'm guaranteed 3 pieces of evidence at the start, which is almost never. Like, I gotta be like rolling all the dice and just be on point. If that doesn't happen, I'm not gonna get much done. So I should probably switch to a much better character slot. I'll put anything in there, it'll be better. Maybe not Hisenko, but I think anything.
Well, incidentally, I don't mind Taskmaster as much. I think Taskmaster does decently against Morgan, honestly. Like, really not that. He's got enough health to take the chip damage. The fireball reflect bails you out of 2 soul fists. He's got He's got the vertical arrows, so he's really good at fighting her. Can combo off the vertical arrows if you hit her. So very easy. He does great damage, so he can kill her without X Factor, and it's really nice. But his incoming game is still just so bad. It really doesn't do anything for him.
He's just a normal man.
He's just a normal guy. Anything else? We don't have a whole lot left of the show, and we're almost out of time. But we do have some tournaments I would like to bring to attention. If nobody has anything else to comment on.
Oh, yeah, sure. I think
we've already mentioned one, PSG. You're going to be there. The PSG there. Autumn Classic. To see for you going?
Just roll up. Come on,
I don't know.
Come on, man. Just
you don't know.
Just do it.
Oh, look at you.
Hey, I'll pay you for money. You want to pay for money?
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
What you want?
You definitely said you were going to swank him, bro. You definitely said you were going to smack him.
You body me so free, dude. I suck.
He said you said you're going to body him, bro.
I did not say. Why does every Captain America player want me to be that guy?
I'm so free.
You said he was useless, man.
Put the free in freedom.
Freedom.
You're the big reason. You're the problem here. You keep instigating. You're an instigator, Hayden. I see right through you. Dude. I see right through you.
I have to. That's my job.
I'm just saying.
Well, hey, he's the one who said let's play for money.
We'll be in talks. I'll think about it.
That'll be fun. All right, but
Chris, $20 waiting for you.
Maybe you'll go, maybe you won't. But let's. I do want to bring some attention to something because 1,500 smacks, right? Pop bonus. Is that what it is now?
Dude, it's like it's just about $2,000. Real talk. Like this is no joke. It's real money floating around. Like we, and I mean, I'm throwing my money at it. Like I love this game. It's so fun. It's so entertaining to watch, and a part of me is just enamored with the fact that I saw people at Absolute Battle that don't know anything about the game, and they're just completely focused.
Yeah.
They can't stop watching, and that's a sort of feeling that I want everyone to have. You know, I need people to just spread the word. Hey, man, Marvel's not just one-touch kills. I play with a lot of the Smash community. I actually venture into other communities, Smash Forum, even some Anime Fighter communities, and like they all have the same idea about it, and it's a little frustrating. It's like it's just one-touch kills. You know, it's X Factor. It's the same thing every time. It's really not. We know that.
We're past that. We're past that.
Yeah. But they still hold on to that feeling, that weird stigma that I don't know where it comes from anymore. Like if you watch any set of Marvel, it's really hard to say it's just.
No, I mean, like what happens is it's just like people hang on to their first impressions really hard. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. Like it's not like they keep watching. It's just like their perspective's always just like geared towards that one thing that they initially thought.
And it's like.
But I mean, you can't say that when like they're gonna watch you play and be like, this dude has no touch of death combos unless he gets.
I like it. That's why I like it.
Yeah. It's like.
It's definitely like I don't know, man. I'm already feeling because I'm seeing Eli in the chat over here, Bodyweight Creed, talking all this smack. Man, man, I've got some words for you, buddy. You think just because you beat my Alex in one Street Fighter 5 tournament, you could come in here saying all this smack about Marvel players, bud? What was the count last time we played? What was the count? What did he say? What did he say? So lazy with this game? Come on, man, Eli. You're not lazy with this game, playing Captain America and Strider and calling your assists and doing your charging stars over and over.
That stuff is cheap.
That's nonsense. I'm gonna see this man. I'm gonna see this man in a week, and I hope he's got cash in his hand because he's talking a whole lot of fast jive right now, and I don't like that. We're gonna see him at the other tournament, Civil War. That's going on the same weekend. That's 9/16 through the 18th. That's Arcade Legacy, Cincinnati, Ohio. So that's Midwest. That's Midwest, and we have not had a really good Midwest tournament. Besides, shout out to Net Battles doing it up out in Indy every year in November for Naptown Clutch. So for those of you who don't know, Arcade Legacy used to host Power Up, which was one of the other big majors in the Midwest through 2012, 2013, and they took a hiatus from Power Up. Now they're back and they're hosting Civil War, which was another tournament that was hosted in like the Virginia area scene before. So
wasn't Civil War the one that the trophy was like a sword?
Yes, that's the one that Chris G literally had anime status. Yeah, he had like 7 trophies, and they were all swords. So he had literally like 7 swords that he won that tournament.
I think he had he won Street Fighter, Marvel, and KOF, right?
Yeah, and Persona or something random. Like he had so many swords, dude. It was unbelievable.
That's a little much. It's a little much.
Unfortunately, no swords this year. I don't think. But if there are
safety hazard.
Yeah, yeah, and also expensive. Probably just get normal trophies. I don't know the stream, unfortunately, what they're going to be on. But so if you're in the Midwest area, you've got a tournament in Civil War. It's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Like I said, that's September 16th through the 18th. It's got also a big old school feel to it. If you like old school games, there's going to be Hella Vampire, Super Turbo. I mean, all kinds of great old school presence at that tournament. And then obviously, if you're West Coast, Javier, your neck of the woods, like we just said, the PSG Autumn Classic, $1,500 pop bonus.
Come take our money. Just do it.
Come give it to IHeartJustice.
It's free, man.
It's free. There's nobody out there. It's all Cap and Phoenix Wright.
Phoenix Wright, garbage.
Chun-Li, garbage.
No, they're terrible.
Terrible.
No, Chun-Li is trash. Go talk to this kid about Chun-Li. He'll tell you this guy sucks.
Go out there and get your paycheck, guys. It's big money.
It's big money. That's what we're trying to do, man. We're trying to reinstill life in this game, and it's gonna be a great event. The venue's fantastic. If you haven't been, it's just got such a great arcade feel to it. Tons of setups. I mean, the host will take care of you. The owner.
Hold on,
Mr. Andy.
Hold on. I got a question since Supernoon is in the chat talking the quick jive right now. He says Cloud is going to win PSG super free.
You know what? It's funny. Like he played at the pre-Evo tournament, but he didn't play me.
I remember.
I'm just saying he didn't play me.
What was the last time that Cloud won?
Last tournament? I mean, he won that one. He did beat champ. It was it was rough to watch. I think it was 3-2. It's been a minute. But I mean, it was close. It was nothing free, nothing to be sitting there talking about it. Like,
remember whenever you played Clown?
Oh my gosh!
He had like 11 coaches, man. That was insane.
Dude, I was offended. I see you there.
You think you could run it back with him? You think you could do it again?
I mean, if I had like maybe a coach, I didn't have anyone.
If you had one friend, buddy.
Dude, I had.
If I see you, I'm holding it down. From now on, anytime you're playing anybody, I've got your back.
Just walk up and give me some presents, man. Like this guy's got an entourage, man. I see you, Steve. You were over there. Dude, I don't know what you were telling him, but I need you to stop.
Yo, it definitely worked in the run back.
I was so upset. I could have won that too, by the way.
I forgot to see who sold you out on that.
Both games were hella close.
Yeah.
I had to tell Cloud, it's like, dude.
Hey, he's the man, though.
Phoenix Wright sucks. Just zone him out.
You had to remind him. I was like, what is this? This isn't Flux. Who set me up? I was so upset. Please come back and hit buttons. That's all I want right now.
Oh, man.
That match was really hyped, too.
Shout out to Cane Blue River in the chat, asking for the first to 10 with you, Javier.
What's up?
Cane Blue River is asking for the first to 10.
Oh, he wants to. Oh, dude, we were supposed to play. What was it? Final round, but
dude,
I don't even remember.
I don't want to even think about that match. What's that?
Terrible.
What's that, Raid? What'd you say?
What you got, Raid?
I was gonna ask. PSG is the same venue as a pre-Evo tournament, right?
Yeah,
it's the same exact venue. Yes.
And it's as Javier said earlier, it's a sick venue. They're doing a lot of. And Arcade Legacy, also a great venue, by the way.
Yeah.
I go to that pre-tournament because I got to Evo at like 11 p.m. but I saw pictures. That venue looks sick.
It's
Oh,
tight.
we are blessed, honestly. I try to tell people that all the time. I know it sucks when our locals only have like 6-8 people sometimes, but man, it's such a great venue that it'd be a shame, a travesty to not host at least some major tournament that's not just before Evo when it's convenient. You know, you guys can come out you can come out to Vegas at any time. If anything, I challenge you to come here when it's a little less hot. Because it's freaking devastating.
I'm sure, man.
You come here at our worst. You come in the winter, dude. Shit's great. There's sun.
I'm sorry. I hated Vegas that weekend.
It's tough.
A lot of people did.
It's
a lot
tough.
of people did. Yeah.
Yes.
I would go, honestly. I would have been there, but Civil War is in my backyard. Cincinnati, Ohio, and Arcade Legacy was my first sponsor, years ago. So I've got such a history with them. I wanted to go to this tournament.
But
PSG.
will they get you a drink, though? Because, I'm just saying. I got you, though.
Yeah, I know.
What you like?
I know.
What's your taste?
Man, see, you're trying to buy my loyalty with drinks here. I'm saying I got pride. I got some. I got to beat Dual Kevin. That's what's going to happen. I'm sick of this dude. I don't know if he's still in the chat or not. I hope he is. I hope he sees me. I played him first round when he came to Lexington. I played him first round. I took him to 3-2. Pretty close. But I guarantee you, if I run into anybody even close to from Indianapolis in Cincinnati, I'm going to squash them. And I don't care if you're a little Dual Kevin or Big Eli the Curry. I don't care who you are. You're getting smacked.
I like it.
I've got nothing else to say.
Drop the mic. Where's that at?
I've got nothing else to say. Anybody else? Anybody else for the night? Anybody else any last minute shout outs? Anything they want to get off their chest before we wrap up for the evening? Sponsors, teams, any last ditch efforts you want to say? You want to talk? Give one more push to PSG, which I think is being streamed on Press Start LV, if I am correct.
Yes.
Javier, anything signing off?
Please, guys, if you can make it out, if you can't, no worries. You all suck anyway. It's okay. You're just scared. It's just admit it. You saw a champ lose, and now you don't want to come and be fought it out. Dude, no one wants to lose to this character. I swear to God. They run in fear. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That's good.
Anyway, it's going to be a hype tournament. Promise you. I got my homie Gary and Thomas. They're going to be on the mic. Two of the funniest people, best duo you've ever seen. You will literally just be laughing in stitches the whole time. Even if you're not here, just catch the stream. Spread the word. Big money, guys. We're trying
Press
to bring
Start LV, right? The stream.
Yes, right. It's close. It's close to all the food, the airports, like whatever you need. You just come out.
What's your Twitter handle, Justice?
Oh, it's X IHeartJustice X because someone took my stuff. I don't know why, but
you heard him. X IHeartJustice X. Get on there. Follow this man on Twitter. He's blowing up. I love your enthusiasm, man. It's so awesome to see you out here at these events, and I hope to see you out at the Midwest again. It was cool. Combo Breaker was lit. So, unfortunately, I might be out of the country by the time next Combo Breaker is around.
Oh, no. Is that you coming back, or is this?
No, I'll be gone for 27 months. So we'll see how.
Starting up his Colombian drug trade.
Starting up my Colombian Marvel trade. I will be.
There you go.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll know soon. So what my tournament schedule is going to look like. But I hope to see you at some other events. Until then, Raid. Anything that you're coming to anytime soon, or any last minute shout outs you want to give for the evening?
Anything I'm coming out to. Maybe if a miracle happens, I go to Canada.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
I'm trying to go to that too, actually. Legit.
Shout outs to everybody that came out to Puerto Rico to play from out of the island. Ram, Shaw, Flocker, Chris, like all of you guys who just out there, the Miami guys, all of you guys are great. Like, thank you for coming down. And thanks you guys here in the podcast for having me.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on the team, dude. Awesome.
Yeah,
like, You are a welcome addition to this team. Put in a lot of hard work in the community lately. We're glad to have you on. Again, another guy who's just full of awesome enthusiasm and energy for the game, life, playing, active playing, cool characters. It's great to have you on. To see if anything you want to say for the evening before we get out.
I want to give shout outs to everybody on this freaking cast because we've been going through some real life.
Dude, it's tough.
I don't know about y'all on the Twitch. I'm on the Twitch chat and everything, but you know what I mean? Where a lot of things have been happening to every single one of us.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle, God bless his internet went out, but he's, busy being a real estate mogul.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just got 3 properties now or something.
Yeah, and he's redoing them. And Sam just got a recent promotion at her work. and everybody's just kind of following their path in life. And it was kind of a struggle to kind of keep this up. Honestly, I'm being 100% transparent. It's kind of why we've kind of had to take a break recently. But with anything that kind of happens with this, it gives you sort of a time to refocus and be real with the situation. And I look forward to. I really appreciate everybody putting forth the effort and the energy to do this, because we're not doing it for us at all. We're doing it because y'all keep watching and everything. So thanks for giving us energy back. And also just, shouts to Sam, shouts to Marcus, who will be back. And stay tuned for what we got coming up for later episodes, because we listened to y'all. I promise you, we really did. We're gonna do right by it, because y'all are the reason we do this in the first place. So
seriously,
big shout outs to
respect.
Everybody.
Thanks
It's
everyone.
Marvel community in general.
I'm so thankful, really. I think Tassif, you nailed it right on the head, and also I think great guests like you, Javier. Having IHeartJustice on the show has been a blast, and we love to continue to do that, and we hope you have fun coming on, and we hope everybody has fun watching. We did have to take a break, as he said. Like he said, a lot of people have been kind of going different directions with their real life paths right now, but we are still committed to bringing this show, and we apologize for the hiatus, but we are back. There's going to be a lot of new things coming down the pipeline from the feedback that you guys gave us, and we are tremendously thankful for your support and sticking through all the production issues and the mic imbalances and the buzz and just all of that. We are working on it, and I promise you a lot of really great things are coming, and it's in thanks to a lot of really hard work coming from guys like Tassif and Raid, and it's gonna be a really good time. So I just want to say one more time, thank you to everybody who stuck with us, and we are past our 1 year mark. So we have been doing Marvel Live now for over 365 days, and
it's hard to believe.
Is this the anniversary broadcast?
This is not dead on the anniversary broadcast. We actually missed it because we were on hiatus. But consider this.
Next year.
What's up, Raid?
It's hella weird. I've been catching this podcast ever since the first episode. So actually being on it, I'm like, what is real life? But
I know, and it's awesome that now it looks a little bit different than it did when we started, but it's cool to see that someone like you, who's doing great work in the community, you're excited to join us and work with us. And I also want to say, I have been saying that, Dual Kevin, and it is coming, and I'm still gonna squash you when I run into you in this bracket in Cincinnati in a week and a half. So, buddy, keep counting on it. Keep saying I've been saying that, because it's still coming, buddy. Don't you worry about it. That's my shout out for the night.
Do it.
That's my shout out for the night. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you one more time, IHeartJustice, for coming on. We're gonna see you guys in a couple weeks. September 20th. Ooh, that's my board meeting night. Oh, that's gonna be tough. But we'll see you guys then.
We'll make it work. We're gonna make it work.
We'll make it work. It'll be different people, different times, but we're glad to always see you guys back. And I want to wish everybody a good night. And once again, just thank you for coming. Good night, guys. Take care.
Peace out, y'all.
Deuces.
Peace out.